Peter's a member of a family that's immediately identified with architecture in the city of Syracuse.
We are the oldest continuing practice firm in central New York and fourth oldest in the nation, 143 years.
King & King brackets really the architectural history of the city of Syracuse. If we look at Krause College, I think a lot of people would say it's one of their favorite buildings on campus. Niagara Mohawk, another kind of beacon downtown, and now we have sort of the best of contemporary architecture, a concern for sustainability and urban revitalization.
Probably about 4 years ago, we had outgrown our building in Manlas. We knew at the time that Syracuse University and Chancellor Cantor had a vision for the near west side area. We found a 100-year-old building and we said this is a great opportunity to do something from a design standpoint, from a community standpoint, and from the environmental standpoint. We achieved LEED Platinum status, the first in central New York, the first in Syracuse. The construction team, the city, the Near West Side Initiative, all were friends that really helped us achieve what we achieved.
So the kind of greenest moment really in the building is not just the technologies it uses, but the way in which it reclaims a part of the city that might have been thought about as not being useful. Their engagement in the school and the COE kind of reflect a sense of really being part of the community, both the city of Syracuse and also Syracuse University.
There was one student from the Near West Side that our building and what we had done inspired her to say, someday I'm going to work at King & King Architects. And for me and for my partners, my brother Jim, Kirk Narberg, and Dave Johnson, that really says it all.
We're actually a very unique chapter in that we manage to fully student fund and build a house every year.
We're providing a home for a family. I think it just helps build a positive relationship between our students and the university and the rest of the community. The neighborhood where we work is literally across the railroad tracks from Armory Square. And it's night and day. What we kind of provide is an opportunity for students to see that.
Well, I've seen firsthand people who are going to be living in the houses. You work alongside of them.
And it's really cool because they're always grateful that students who are at college are giving up their time and their weekends to go out and help them out.
The chancellor is trying to strengthen the relationship between the city and the university, and I think Habitat for Humanity is one of the best organizations on campus that is doing so.
While you're working, you might just be hammering a bunch of nails into a wall, but come 6 months later, you see a house that's hopefully going to stand for many years to come. And that's what I love about Habitat. I mean, it's an opportunity to put a roof over the head of someone in need.
Mark Klein contacted us and he wanted to make a gift to the university, but he didn't want to just make a gift to anything. He wanted it to have some impact.
James Lyons, who was a college fraternity brother of mine, was killed in Iraq. And shortly thereafter, a bunch of the guys who were in school with him started sending emails around about potentially sending some money to his family. And I kind of thought maybe that was a chance for us to do something a little bigger.
Being that he was a young alum, he didn't have the means to do that, but he wanted us to help him get the wheels in motion.
I explained that I wanted to do something for the families of fallen or disabled soldiers. And as somebody working in finance, you get to go to work every day and not really think much about anything because we have people like James. I thought that was maybe a way I could give back and thank those people who had sacrificed.
We've had over 235 or so donors who've given to the fund, and just this past year in August, we met our $50,000 minimum to endow the scholarship.
My dad served in the military. He served about 17 years. He was in the Marines and a captain in the Army. I'm so honored and excited to have been chosen for this scholarship. It really is a blessing and quite helpful to me and my family. I'm really in awe and just proud of them that they could turn such a traumatic experience into an opportunity for someone else. So I'm so thankful to have been chosen for this.
Ann's father is a disabled vet. Luckily, we'll be able to award the scholarship. He'll be our first recipient, so it's pretty exciting.
An endowment is in perpetuity, so this scholarship is going to be around as long as this university is around.
really trying to change people's understandings about what disability means and broaden their perspectives around disability.
The reason that they got started is because there is a group of core students who felt that they weren't getting enough access for basic stuff to be a part of their classroom.
I realized that this was going to be not only a good thing for me to get involved in as a person with disabilities, but also something that was really well respected.
There's just a certain energy that the group has, especially around advocating for issues related to access.
We protested the Follett's bookstore because if you were in a wheelchair, you couldn't get downstairs, and so they changed it.
I was part of getting a disability cultural center here on campus, and so that's up and running now.
And then it's also turned into both advocacy and education about disability on campus. So over the years there's been a lot of cultural events, there's been film series, a lot of speakers.
Everyone matters, and inclusivity is something that really is important to the Chancellor's Task Force, but also for our organization.
We're not just students who are doing our work, we're really actively engaged in the campus community and the wider community. We epitomize what that scholarship in action means, that we're really out there trying to make change.